Hi, I am Satyajit Sen, and my topic of presentation is Business Ethics and Technology. Let's first start by introduction of the topic. Business ethics. Business ethics can be defined as written and unwritten codes of principles and values that govern decisions and actions within a company. In the business world, the organization's culture sets standards for determining the difference between good and bad decision making and behavior. In brief, the principles and standards that define acceptable conduct in business is business ethics. There are generally some ethics which are followed in workplace and business environment. These are ethics of human resource management, ethics of sales and marketing, ethics of production, ethics of intellectual property knowledge and skills, and of course, ethics of technology. What is the importance of business ethics? Ethics influence and contribute to employee commitment, investor and customer loyalty, customer satisfaction, ability to build relationship with stakeholders, and greater earning. Public expects business to exhibit high level of ethical performance and social responsibility. Encouraging business firms and their employees to behave ethically is to prevent harm to society. Promoting ethical behavior is to protect business from abuse by unethical employees or unethical competitors. High ethical performance also protects the individuals who work in business. What can influence business ethics? These factors, such as formal and informal policies and rules, norms for acceptable behavior, financial reward system, hiring practices, applications of legal behavior, degree to which professionalism is emphasized, the company's decision making processes, and of course, application of technology are some of the factors that can influence business ethics. So, how can someone develop the capability of moral judgment? To answer this, one must ask why a good manager behaves ethically. It is because most of us try to avoid some punishment or try to receive some reward. Many of us try to be responsive to our family, friends, or superiors and try to be good citizens. Very few of us try to do what is right, pursue some ideals such as justice. Ethics of technology. It is often held that technology itself is incapable of possessing moral or ethical qualities, since technology is merely tool making. But there are ethical issues of our present information age. The four important ethical issues right now are privacy. Two forces threaten our privacy. One is the growth of information technology with its enhanced capability for surveillance, communication, computation, storage, and retrieval. A second, a more insidious threat, is the increased value of information in the decision making. Information is increasingly valuable to policymakers. They covet it, even if acquiring it invades another's privacy. Accuracy. Misinformation has a way of fouling up people's life, as we are painfully aware in this pandemic era, especially when the party with the inaccurate information has an advantage in power and authority. Property. One of the most complex issues we face as a society is the question of intellectual property rights. Any individual item of information can be extremely costly to produce in the first instance. Yet, once it is produced, that information has the elusive quality of being easy to reproduce and to share with the others. We currently have several imperfect institutions that try to protect intellectual property rights. Copyrights, patents, encryptions, oaths of confidentiality, and such old fashioned values as trustworthiness and loyalty are the most commonly used protectors of our intellectual property. Problem issues, however, still abound in this area. Access. In an information society, a citizen must possess at least three things to be literate. One must have the intellectual skills to deal with information. There are skills such as reading, writing, reasoning, and calculating. This is a task for education. One must have access to the information technologies which store, convey, and process information. This includes libraries, radios, televisions, telephones, and increasingly personal computers or terminals linked via networks to mainframes. This is a problem in social economics. Finally, one must have access to the information itself. This requirement returns to the issue of property and is also a problem in social economics. Is technology value loaded or value neutral? According to the most researchers, ethics is known to be value neutral. Like any tool, it is not the tool itself that does anything of any value, hence it's value free. But rather, it is the user that is responsible for whatever comes from using the tool. I think technology is simply another tool in a long line and history of tools that have been available to preachers for a very long time. What people do with the technology is entirely up to them. Privacy. Privacy is the claim of individuals, groups, or institutions to determine for themselves when, how, and to what extent the information should be communicated to others. But let us talk about the four types of privacy harms. These are intrusion, information collection, information processing, and information dissemination. We have, in some way, been a side witness to the following moral issues: cyberbullying, provision of misleading information on websites, plagiarism, use of photo editors to distort reality, privacy, hacking, inappropriate website with illicit materials. How can we improve business ethics? Improvement of business ethics will come to the decision of the top management. Without top management support, it cannot happen. Ethics should be embedded in the training itself. Ethics and office setups should develop ethics in its behavior itself, keeping external stakeholders informed. There must be enforcement, without which there is no value. If potential or current employers may use technology and social media to collect information, we should ask how much personal information should be available for public view? What is the expectation of privacy or free speech? Should information gained from social media be used against an employee? Policies, codes, and conducts, laws, etc., are essential for ethical use of technology in the workplace. Technology can blur the boundaries between personal and professional lives. Adhering to ethical principles is key to professions, organizations, etc. Use of technology in the workplace. Transparency is essential when creating and enforcing policies and procedures specific to use of technology in the workplace. Keep abreast of technological advancement to anticipate ethical challenges resulting from emerging forms of communication. Conclusion. Technology offers valuable opportunities and tools to minimize numerous social and cultural barriers. Professionals at all levels must understand the importance and adhere to his or her professional code of conduct in the use of technology in their workplace. Thank you.